Today we're playing the 1995 Saturn classic Panzer Dragoon. Now it came out in a unique time between the Genesis and the Super Nintendo and the PlayStation era. The Saturn was a bit in between, kind of competed with the PlayStation for a little while until Final Fantasy VII came out. But Panzer Dragoon was a launch title, and it was the very first exhibition of what Sega can do with not only 3D that it had already been working on with Virtua Fighter and Virtua Racing and Virtua Tennis and Virtua Cop and Virtua everything, but show that it could implement a story and a unique art design to these unique new polygons. So we're going to check it out and see if it still holds up. We're going to play in the Switch version of the remake that just came out a couple months ago. We're going to see if it lives up to our nostalgic memories of the original. Now let's go. If you like the video, like, share, and subscribe, and here we go.
I really like the graphics so far though. Water effects are always a classic sign of a game with good graphics. Not gonna lie, the targeting's a little floaty compared to the original. The original is very snappy. Still not too far where it's not an enjoyable experience though. The enemies are designed to make you automatically dislike them because everything's kind of creepy and ugly and moves around like an insect. They added a lot of corridors, bridges, and underpasses in this game to really help you with your sense of flight. Even in the original, traveling through the ruins gave you a sense you're in an ancient land. It added a bit of a periodic theme to each stage. Alright, first boss time. This is as iconic as an enemy gets in this game, the Imperial Battleship. It's kind of like the regular Heavy. You're going to fight a bunch of them later on in the game, but here's the first one. Such is the case with many bosses and large enemies in this game, you gotta shoot down individual beams with your laser, as opposed to just locking onto things, because you can't lock onto them for whatever reason. They want to give you an extra bit of challenge to mix up your attack. It's just something you gotta get used to, really. A lot of the bosses have individual pieces as well that move their bar down quicker, you just gotta find them. They really test out the individual camera shifting in this boss fight. It definitely gave it its own unique playstyle compared to their shooters of the past. Enemy smoke is always a chief indicator of victory in this game. They must have been big fans of the Hindenburg crash. They start off hot in episode 2 with a boss level enemy right off the bat. The enemies sometimes feel like Galaga enemies in the way they move in an odd pattern and just keep repeating it over and over again, trying to make you miss. Well, that didn't take very long. I guess he's back. It takes a surprising amount of shots to kill. Oh, lovely. This time he shoots poison. Alright, one boss down and one to go. See, he's just a rough draft. I'm the real thing. Hey, why can't I shoot tornadoes? I don't know if that's a face or a broken egg or what it is. You never know with Sega. I'm not gonna let them get close enough to find out. They don't really show what happens to him, though. He didn't start smoking or anything. He just kind of faded off into the distance. I guess we can make our own story. Let's just say he was eaten by the sandworm and call it a day. See, just like I said earlier, they start with the first level boss. Oh, we got a second one now. And a third one. Hopefully I can lead him to crash into that wall. I feel like I walked into a beehive. There's turrets everywhere out of nowhere. And the turrets just keep on coming. Turrets seem to be a bit unending, but I think I got the pattern down. Also known as the caveman helicopter. Dodging these giant robotic whale fins is not as easy as it looks. Transformers, robots in disguise. Broke him apart twice already, and he's still going. Oh, they gave him a cool one, a crashing helicopter animation. Alright, they changed up the environment. Now it looks like we're in a series of corridors. Corridors, stages like this in rail shooters are designed to limit your mobility a little bit and an extra little layer of challenge. Aw, damn, they're coming out of nowhere now. They really don't want me to see what's on the other end of this door. They don't really give you a heads up about the surprise lasers. It's like a level of Doom. There's just waves and waves of enemies trapped in a room with you. And a level that's generally disorienting. This has got to be the most disorienting part. Good, now I'm finally back to normal. They always keep the challenges very basic on flying parts like these. It's like that in Star Fox too. This thing just doesn't want to die. It's probably the boss. He looks like he just stepped out of a Virtual Boy. Well, he's a lot bigger up close. Knew he had to have some kind of attack with those giant mittens. They wouldn't have given them to him for nothing. Those lasers come at you twice the speed of those weird face eggs from the last one. Oh, hey buddy, where'd your hand go? Oh, now he's got surprise lasers coming out of his face. They seem to have had a liking for spinning out of control polygon animations. Finally got out of that hellhole. Oh damn, there's heavies everywhere at the beginning of this level. I like the change in scenery though, it's very tropical. They're stepping it up, they got a new heavy variant that shoots bullets twice as fast. They really packed a lot of enemies under this giant underpass. Looks like we got a mid-boss. It's the biggest tank yet. Well, that's a new one. It's an enemy that shoots enemies. What in the world is this thing? Looks like a giant Easter Island head. Where do you even begin to attack it? Apparently you gotta attack its giant rotating pyramid tail. Holy bullet waves, it's like a shmup. Got him down to one turret. Turning only delayed the inevitable. Oh, you're kidding. There's more? At least taking down his life bar was a lot faster this time. It's a bit like a severed leg wearing a sneaker. Kinda creepy, I'm glad it's gone. Last set of levels. I got a feeling we're going to have to face another dragon. We're starting with one right off the bat. I think it's the prototype one from earlier. Looks a bit like the canals of Venice. I wonder if they took a work trip there for sightseeing purposes. This level's Underpass Dodging 101. Looks like they took one of the smaller enemies and blew it up 4 times its size. Oh, look, our buddy's back. He brought his weird-looking missiles with him. That's the end. That was rather abrupt. Here we go, the final battle. It's not just any dragon, it's the Super Dragon. You actually get to play as this guy in the second one. You play a damn near perfect game because it evolves you based on your score. Wow, all those little minions shoot missiles too. Apparently his super long tail is a weapon too. Chopped him down to about 1/3 of health, and here comes the poison. Almost got him down. He's like a fish flopping out of the water, just hard to hit. There we go. Not so super after all. Are we fighting or are we buddies now? We seem to be part fish. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Well, that was the remake of the 1995 Rail Shooter Classic debut Saturn game, Panzer Dragoon. Now, does it still live up? I had a lot of fun playing it. I don't know if it compares to the original. I think if you were given a choice between the original and this one, I would say maybe go for the original, even though it's probably more expensive at this point, because Saturn games just shot up in price over the years. But this one's serviceable. If you could find it at a decent deal, I'd say pick it up. Definitely worth it. A fun afternoon. Even though it's not the longest game in the world, they do have difficulty settings, so you can go back and try it again in a harder pace. So not too bad. I did get it on a deal, so don't regret it one bit. Panzer Dragoon. I wish there were more railgun shooters. It's kind of a genre that's been lost over time, but they're coming out with the sequel, Panzer Dragoon 2's Way. At what point, I'm not sure, but probably by next year. And that's my personal favorite, so I'll be back on the channel reviewing that one for sure. That's where you get the evolutions with the dragons, and the graphics are better. It's a more evolved version of this game. But this one's solid, and I hope you had a good time watching it. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel, Doc Mochrie Gaming, on Facebook and YouTube, Twitch. I'm everywhere, so look me up. I'm sure you'll find me. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I'll have some new content for you very soon.